Have you ever walked into the hotel and instantly felt at home? Or maybe the opposite, you were greeted coldly, your room wasn't ready, and suddenly your whole stay felt off. That's the power of guest satisfaction. In hospitality, it's not just about providing a bed or a meal, it's about how guests feel at every touch point. Today, we will explore why guest satisfaction is the heart of hospitality, how it affects your brand and revenue, what drives satisfaction today, and how the best hotels consistently deliver 5-star experiences, whether you are a budget or luxury. Let's get into it. Guest satisfaction is more than a smile at check-in. It's emotional connection a guest forms with your brand before, during, and even after their stay. Happy guests come back, they'll leave glowing reviews, they will tell their friends and post on social media, and most importantly, they trust you. Now let's flip that. An unhappy guest, they may never return, they might tell 10 people or leave a public 1-star review, and that damage costs you more than any refund ever will. Here is a quick example. 2 hotels offer the same room category, a similar breakfast and comparable prices. But Hotel A listens, anticipates needs, and fixes issues fast. Hotel B just goes by the book. Guess which one gets loyalty? Satisfaction isn't about perfection, it's about perception and how make your guest feel. So what really makes guests satisfied? Let's break it down. Number 1, cleanliness. This is a baseline. A spotless room isn't optional, it's expected. Housekeeping plays a vital role. Even the corners, bathrooms, and linens matter. Number 2, staff attitude and engagement. A warm greeting, eye contact, a friendly tone. Guests notice little things, even in a complaint. It's how we respond that makes or breaks their experience. Hospitality is not a service industry, it's an emotional industry. Number 3, efficiency and speed. Long lines at check-ins, forgotten room service orders. Modern guests expect seamless service with or without technology. That's where things like a mobile check-in or QR code menus help. Number 4, personalization. Remembering a guest's name, offering their favorite tea without asking, adjusting their room temperature before arrival. This isn't about luxury, it's about making them feel seen. Number 5, problem handling. Here is the real test. When something goes wrong, do we recover well? A guest might forget the noisy neighbors or broken shower. If we act fast, show empathy, and offer a meaningful resolution, one small gesture, an apology note, a fruit platter can return the disaster into loyalty. You can't improve what you don't measure. Here is how the best hotels track satisfaction. Post-stay surveys, usually sent by email, asking guests to rate cleanliness, service, food, etc. Look for patterns. What score consistently drops? Online reviews, TripAdvisor, Google, Booking.com, they matter. Your online reputation is your brand today. Reply to every reviews, especially the negative ones, with professionalism and empathy. Net Promoter Score, NPS. Would the guest recommend you? This one score can predict your loyalty levels and even revenue. Internal quality checks. Mystery guests, departmental audits, or even simple checklists used by supervisors help maintain standards. For example, one mid-scale hotel in Vienna noticed breakfast was getting 3-star rating. After reviewing guest comments, they added more local items and trained the staff to greet each table personally. Result, they jumped to 4.5 star in 2 months and saw more direct bookings. Let me share you a couple personal stories from my time as a hotel general manager. The first story, booking error turned into loyalty. One night, a guest arrived past midnight after a delayed flight. He had booked a king-size room, but due to the system error during the shift handover, he was placed into a twin room. He was exhausted and understandably upset, and unfortunately we had no available king room at that hour. I don't wait for him to complain further. I had my night team delivered a welcome tray, include a handwritten note, and reassured him that he would greet him first thing in the morning. At breakfast, I personally greeted him, apologized again, and arranged the move myself. His word? You didn't give me the room I booked, but you give me something more important. Respect and attention. He left us a glowing review and even returned with his family 4 months later. The second story, a family missed breakfast but not the hospitality. Another time during a weekend stay, a family overslept and missed our buffet breakfast by about 40 minutes. They looked disappointed when they came down. The kids were hungry and the parents looked embarrassed. Now the easy response, we've been sorry, breakfast is over. But instead, I quietly asked the kitchen team if we can prepare a simplified version of the buffet and send in their room scrambled eggs, fruit juice, bread, and coffee. We'll arrange it all in the tray and deliver it with the note saying, we believe weekends are meant for sleeping in. Enjoy breakfast in bed, our threat. The result? Smiles, gratitude, and heartfelt thank you message at checkout. Now, let me contrast both with a moment I regret from earlier in my career. A guest once complained about noise from a nearby event. The staff member on duty simply said, "There is nothing we can do," and ended the conversation. No follow-up, no empathy, no recovery. The guest left early and left us with 1-star review. What I learned, guest satisfaction isn't a script response. It's a noticing, caring, and acting, especially when things go off script. Sometimes it's not about luxury, it's about humanity. If you're working in hospitality or training future hoteliers, here's what I recommended. Train your team to anticipate needs before the guest ask. Empower staff to make a small decision on the spot. Celebrate positive feedback internally. Recognize the bellboy who went to the extra mile. Follow up on complaints. Guests don't expect perfection, they expect you care. Collect feedback consistently and act on it. Data is your friend. Remember, guest satisfaction isn't a KPI, it's your culture. At the end of the day, guests may forget your thread count or the brand of shampoo, but they never forget how we made them feel. So let's put satisfaction at the heart of everything we do, from check-in to farewell. Thanks for watching this video. If you find this helpful, hit like and tell me what the most unforgettable hotel experience you ever had, good or bad. Drop it in the comments. See you next one. Bye bye.